Welcome back, everybody. Now, as I said earlier on, this show, we're dedicating it to love. Now, gone are the days when being in a relationship was predictable and straightforward. The new age dating has evolved over the years and unfortunately subjected to the much pressure of living up to the standards and adding on to the weight of people's busy schedules. Social media has taken over the lives of ordinary people. It's been said there's no formula to a great relationship. But then love expert Katlego Mahlakoleng joins us now in studio to chat more about the modern day dating and its pressures. A very good morning to you, Katlego, and welcome.
Morning, how are you?
Great, how are you? Now, you are the love expert, right? So why are modern relationships falling apart so easily?
Well, I think there's a bit of a misconception in terms of, being in love with someone or just having a desire to be with someone. So a lot of people are in relationships for the wrong reasons, and they would want to interpret them as love, but then the expectations and what they get out of it makes things a little bit complicated for them, and as a result they struggle to maintain the requirements of what is needed for a solidified relationship.
Some people don't believe in getting married. They don't believe in the institution of marriage. And they find it so difficult to settle down. And that doesn't mean that they love their partners any less. How do you address that?
Because, well, there's different factors with regards to that. Because settling down can be really, it can trigger a lot of fear within a person to have to commit to someone for a lifetime. It triggers feelings of being trapped and being confined into having to be with that person for the rest of their lives, as opposed to just being in a relationship that is loving with someone, but not have to be faced with the thoughts of being tied down. So that's why other people would prefer to be in a relationship with the loved partner, but not entertain the idea of having to commit.
But then how would you advise a couple who face this misconception that if I don't love you, if I don't marry you, then I don't love you? Say one part of the unit believes in love and the other does not, and they love each other to bits. How would you advise them?
Well, with any kind of relationship, I think it's important for both partners to reach a consensus of what is it they want out of the relationship. So it does become a bit tricky when the expectations of what they want out of the relationship is not common. So one wants commitment and one doesn't want commitment. So it would be best if they go through therapy to address those kind of issues. Okay. To find a way of how they can be able to live with each other, and if that would be sustainable for them, because it's really hard to be in a relationship when you want more and someone doesn't really want what you want. So it may really become toxic in the long term.
Now, Katlego, is there such a thing as falling in love too quickly, or is there a time frame at which a person can fall in love?
Okay, well, this reminds me of the notion that, love at first sight thing.
I was actually getting to that.
Okay, so, well, other people say they experience that, but usually there are stages when it comes to love. Initially, it's the infatuation phase where, there's just heightened sense of pleasure and desire to be with someone, and everything is just at its peak. So that's just the surface aspect of it. It's, it goes a little bit deeper when you get to know someone, and then the love grows and until the stage where you feel you commit, not in terms of marriage, but in terms of how the love level that you feel towards someone. So there are stages of love, and initially the infatuation phase tends to die out a bit, and that would be a determining factor if the relationship actually
and more so if I were, for example, if I were to ask a girl out and within 2 weeks she accepts my proposal, then we men, we tend to judge that woman. That's not fair, is it?
It's not fair because, the woman would, you probably would be...
And she genuinely loves me, eh?
would it be love, or would it be maybe just interested to explore what you're about? I wouldn't say maybe it's love yet, but I mean, you tend to be interested to want to get to know someone, or maybe it's just they're attracted to you sexually, and you propose and they accept, but not to say maybe they love you, but they maybe love the idea of you.
Yeah. Now, are we sexually liberated, and do we know the difference between love and sex?
Oh, I would think some men do, most men do, but I think when it comes to women, there might be a bit of a blur to differentiate between whether, you know, you love someone or this is just sex. Yeah, because it's love is an emotion, okay?
Doesn't sex lead to love, especially for the gullible ones?
Most of the times it does. It does lead to love someone, because when you are in a sexual experience or interaction, you feel at your best. It releases positive energies, positive chemicals, and releases that chemicals that strongly gives like creates a bond with someone. Yeah. So for women, because we're mostly emotional, you can easily tend to develop feelings for the other party, as opposed to where men can be able to just differentiate that as purely physical.
Okay. Well, Katlego, we could chat the whole day about this. This is a very interesting topic, but thanks for chatting to us this morning.
Okay, it was my pleasure.
Well, modern day dating is hard and can get pretty complicated with so many unspoken rules. We just spoke to relationship expert Katlego Mahlakoleng on the new millennium relationship.